Hello, everyone, and welcome to this next episode of Gerda, Flame and Winter. We're about to go to a dinner party. We're not going because it's our friend's house. We're going to try and get information to help the resistance. Because we're all about helping the resistance now that, Anders is in jail and we're trying to get him out.
I need to convince Mr. Vestergaard to help free Anders. If he won't offer aid, then who can I turn to?
I mean, we're pretty much just left there. Wait, why are we going over here now?
There's something up ahead.
A chance encounter. Okay. I mean, last time we had a chance encounter, it was a Danish boy and a German boy playing together. Isn't that old Herr Braun? What's he doing out here all by himself? It's almost dark. He is shaking his head, his eyes fixed on the tractor with a steady glare. Those goddamn louts. When I get my hands on them, I swear I'll... Hello, Herr Braun. Oh, hello, Frau Larsen. Say, have you seen any Danish thieves around here? How would I tell if they were thieves? Oh, never you mind that. Give me a hand, will you? It do me good to know there's still some decent folk left in this country. Sure, how can I help? That's the spirit. Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh well. All I need you to do is start the engine while I have a look at it from the other side. Now don't worry, this should be real simple. It's already readied. I already read it, so it should be no trouble for young lady such as yourself. All you need to do is pull the handle here. Got it. Good. Let's try it. Are you ready? Ready. Now turn it on. Is it working? No, try again. How about now? No. Whoa. Jesus Christ Almighty. Is everything okay? His finger's bleeding. Ugh, cut myself on the edge of one of those darn screws. Are you alright? Yes, yes. Don't trouble yourself, dear girl. It'll take more than a bitty scratch like that to fell me. Now, where did I put my handkerchief? Ah, there it is. It looks real dirty. We don't have a clean bandage, but it will have to do. The old man finishes wrapping his finger around the handkerchief around his finger. There, good as new. What happened to the tractor? Why did it go off like that? Someone must have sabotaged the engine. How? They must have cut a wire or put something foul in the fuel tank. I'm not sure the tractor will recover. It cost me a fortune, it did. When do you think it happened? Well, it went missing a couple of days ago. Stolen. I'm sure it's one of him Watkinson and his ilk. Your family is always snapping at my heels like a hungry pack of wolves. Having trouble with your tractor, old man? Speak of the devil. What are you doing here, you good for nothing lout? Just passing by. Oh, don't try to act all innocent. I bet you're the one behind this. You were always a bully and a thief, even as a boy. What are you blubbering on about? Don't think I've forgotten that you and your ruffian friends stole apples from my orchard, and you wouldn't even eat them whole. You'd simply take a bite and leave them to all to rot on the ground. What a waste. Once a thief, always a thief. That's what I say. Now confess. I don't know what you're talking about, old man. I've been at work in town all day. You can ask at the store, they'll tell you. But I do hope it was someone in my family who did it. You deserve it after what you've taken from us. Pah! Don't you start on that. My ancestors laid claim on this farm long before your grandpa even drew his first breath. So you keep saying, but my family knows the truth. Isn't it time you buried the hatchet? Ah, any place I'd like to bury a hatchet is in the back of this senile old coot. You'd better watch your mouth. And you, Frau Lassen, you're much too young and starry-eyed to understand. The past is not so easily forgotten. It's a vital part of our identity, our culture. And besides, if the can't produce enough goods, then someone down the line will starve. It's hard enough to make ends meet with both my sons to at the war, and you damn Danes are too stubborn to help. And why should we? You only sold to Germans anyway. Mark my words, old man. When this war ends, we'll take back what is rightfully ours. Are you threatening me? My own property? I won't stand for it. Why, I've got a, I've a good mind to report you to the authorities for that kind of strenuous behavior. Um, the Gestapo won't. Actually, let's all just calm down. Calm down, he's threatening my family. Stay out of this, girl. And what about my tractor? Who's gonna pay for repairs? That's not my problem. Now I've got some place to be. Farewell. I should get going as well. The festivities at the Vestergaard Manor will no doubt be starting soon. That didn't go all that well. Oh, look at all the cars there. It seems the entire town has arrived for the banquet. This is my best chance to see if Mr. Vestergaard will help Anders. I have to convince him. Wine and dine. What is frozen solid? This seemed so much bigger when I was a child. Margaret and I even tried to use it as an ice rink. Cute. Gestapo's car seems to radiate menace. It's just a car. Leave it alone. I mean, the car did nothing to you. My breath hitches in my throat as I approach. Welcome to the Vestergaard Manor, Mrs. Larson. May I take your coat? Yes, please. Oh, wow. Look at Gerda. Whoa, don't you look nice? Oh, Gerda. I'm so glad you were able to attend. I know you might not be in the mood for revelry at the moment, but this will be a great opportunity to convert Mr. Vestergaard to your cause. Whatever helps Anders. Yes, we must keep our eyes fixed on the beacon of our intent. That is why we're here. Frau Larsen, welcome. Can I offer you a refreshment? It might help my nerves, but I need to keep my wits about me. Yes, thank you, Johanna. The liquid makes my throat all warm and fuzzy. What about you, dear Pastor? That's very kind of you, but I'm afraid champagne is too prickly for my throat. Well, I don't suppose you might be able to procure a hot toddy. Certainly, I'll ask in the kitchen. Remember, however, that Vestergaard enjoys a good sparring match. The more prepared you are, the better. He's just in the dining hall now. See if you can catch his ear. Um, there's Mr. Vestergaard. I'm afraid Mr. Vestergaard is in the middle of a private conversation. If you'd like to speak with him, you'll have to wait until dinner. I believe Miss Margaret is in her room. She's expecting you. Okay, how do I get to Margaret's room? This way? No? Fancy door, can hear papers rustling on the other side. This is the door to Margaret's room, but it's closed. Knock. Oh my. Who is it? Vera? Father? It's me. Gerda, goodness, what are you doing knocking? Come on in, silly. I'm nearly done here. What are all these papers? Oh, these papers? I'm worried Father has gotten himself into something messy. I've noticed a few inconsistencies in his accounts, though nothing really explicit yet. But enough about that. Goodness, am I glad to see your face. There are so many people out there, Danes, Germans, Nazis, smugglers. I feel as though half of them are ready to thrust a knife into the other half. Uh, why are you back here? Just hiding out a bit longer. You know, my sister was always a socialite, but now that she's up in Copenhagen, well, I suppose I have to put on a good face. I must admit, events like this always make me a bit nervous. There's so much pressure to make a good impression. You always make a good impression. Of course you would say that. You're my oldest friend, but I still appreciate it. And an aspiring writer does need her material. I'll be out shortly. At least people seem to be enjoying themselves. Um, I would be too if it wasn't for... Oh, of course, this must be such a distraction for you. Have you had any luck speaking with Father yet? No, he seemed wrapped up in a conversation with that Gestapo officer. Father has been keeping unusual company lately. I worry that he's uh, worried up to more than usual. Mingle until dinner. You might be able to gain more information about what he's doing. Then I'm sure Father will be free to talk. Okay, time to dinner. Actually, I can talk to Margaret again. She's still... don't worry, I'll be out before dinner starts. Okay. We're gonna mingle. Even in a party, he looks ready to arrest someone. Frau Larsen, you made it after all. This is quite the manner, don't you think? A fine example of what can be done when a person chooses to cooperate with the ruling power rather than, well, you understand. Why we just approved Vestergaard's purchase of some foreclosed farmland north of town. It's quite the collection he's building up. It seems that Vestergaard has been buying foreclosed farmland north of town. I kind of hope that, when she went home to change, she looked after the chickens. Good lord, half the people at this party are insufferable. I'm gonna need a drink or two. Care to join? I'll pass. Theatre, Papa seems especially happy to be here. Oh, Gerda, I'm learning so much about the other guests. He doesn't like to talk about it, but did you know that Wolfgang served under Rommel in the African campaigns? That must have been quite the adventure for such a noble young man. If I were young again. I'm trying to mingle as much as possible. Golly, this sure is a big house. Do you know the fellow who lives here? Sure do. Then you must visit here all the time. Lucky. How many bathrooms do you think they have? A bunch, I bet. Ersa. She looks bored. Do you know how much stuff Tobin and I had to sneak past the inspectors for this party? Those damn rich folk think they can get whatever they want. Small things, big things, doesn't matter. Did you hear the new rumor about the Vestigo factory? That it was made on land Alice allotted for a park? Good grief. It shouldn't be long before dinner is ready. Apparently, I've talked to so many people that that time went down in a hurry. Jacob, no, we're not going to talk to Jacob. We already have. Mid. It's been ages since I've been with this one. I haven't been in a room with this many Germans in ages. Ran into that Charlotte. Did you hear she started going to church again? Or at least visiting the priest? Doubt that'll be enough to get that stupid goose past the pearly gates. Well, look who showed up in the finest evening gown. You'd almost think your husband wasn't rotting in a jail cell. I'm surprised they even let you in. Of course they did. I supplied damn near half this party. Not that anyone here cares. You'd think some of these soldiers would appreciate it more, especially that Wolfgang. Doubt they had caviar down in the African front. Oh, but he doesn't like to talk about that. Whoops. Oh yeah, dinner has been served. Everyone, please find your way to the dining room. Okay. I suppose I should go join the others. Yeah, I'm trying. Ah, there's our final guest. Please have a seat, Gerda, then we can begin the feast. I'm guessing as its final guest, then that's our chair. Gotta put us right next to Margaret. I'm glad you could all join me this evening. It is vital that we Danes and Germans come together to celebrate our shared values and history. Both those both those of us native to this region, and our esteemed visitors from abroad. Through cooperation we grow stronger. Through adherence we grow more secure. And through industry we shall grow more and through industry we shall grow more prosperous. Now let us drink to our coming good fortune, and raise a glass to our friends from Germany. Don't drink. Now let's see what Vera has spent all day cooking for us. And you see, that's why Hitler's descent was inevitable. There's really no other way for the situation to resolve itself. Oh, that's ever so insightful, hairstyle. But what if the moderates had managed to form a coalition sooner? Then the party's victory might have been delayed. I hardly think that likely. Well, perhaps we'd better hear the opinion of a more neutral party. What do you say, Frau Larsen? She didn't drink enough. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. My mind wandered off somewhere. Well, it is quite a dense and political topic, perhaps not suited for mixed company. Might I suggest another toast in the name of the glorious Reich? Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Uh, good courage. Don't drink. Not thirsty all of a sudden, Frau Larsen? Speaking of the Reich, how are the recent military campaigns going? Well, the spring will see our armies better mobilized. Um, from sand to snow. He doesn't like to talk about it though. Didn't you serve in Africa, Wolfgang? How was that? Africa, yes, Africa was difficult. I lost many comrades, many friends. Oh, darling. But we fought well and gave our opinions bullets to remember us by. It was quite a blow to hear of Field Marshal Rummers passing in the fall. He carried us through quite a difficult time. Mm, I'm glad you made it through. Yes, well, thank you, Gerda. There are certainly many grand dramas unfolding in this war, but I'm happy that our little town is playing its part, both in manufacturing and in receiving so many refugees from Germany. Hear, hear. My countrymen are most thankful for the Danes' accommodating nature. Why, just in 2 days' time, many displaced Germans will be passing right through your station. It's a good thing our little Tinglev is rather quiet. There's even time to find religion. Isn't that right, Charlotte? Ah, yes, she's been joining me to discuss matters of faith. Not faith in the Reich, I assume. Oh, no, of course not. Good, there seems to be much doubt these days. Your husband, Frau Larsen, is a prime example. Just yesterday he was given an opportunity to help himself. Hestall, Hestall! What the devil? Hestall, I must speak with you. Then speak, soldier. In front of all these people? Go on, spit it out. I'm not sure. Out with it. It's your son. He's gone missing. My son? Yes, sir, for some hours now. Right, well, if you'll all excuse me, I clearly have some business to attend to. Well, that was unexpected. I'm sure the rascal has just run off on one of his infernal adventures. Indeed. Another drink to ease the tension? Uh, no. And what about you, gentlemen? Herr Vestergaard has informed me that you're businessmen from the north. Surely you've found Germany's productivity beneficial to Denmark as well. Yes, our business has done quite well in recent times. Quite well indeed. Dinner is taking forever. I need to speak with Vestergaard. Um, Perhaps it's time for a digestive? So eager to have dinner over already? Very well, I suppose I've been sitting long enough. Though, in truth, I must attend to some business in my office. Please, all of you, feel free to mingle while I am away. Gah! Vestergaard disappeared before I had a chance to speak with him. I need to go to his office. Gossip? He seems antsy, eyeing up all the adults passing by. Lady, how come none of the adults want to give me any beer? You're a little too young to drink. But my papa's been drinking since he was a kid, just like me. Still does. Just not as, just not at Miss Mid's crew anymore. Says she waters down the beer. And he'd know Papa's an expert drinker. Oh, well, if it isn't little Mrs. Dashland. Since you're so chummy with the occupation, you wouldn't happen to know if these rumors about Hans Meyer are true, would you? What at the station is that he can be persuaded to let things through his checkpoint for a price. Could be useful. I don't know anything about that. Ah, shame. Well, enjoy the party, or try to anyway. I think I had too much pork. You did. You ate all of it before I even had a piece. I had to. Mama said the Mikkelsons are getting rid of their butcher shop. There won't be any more pork. You dingus, the shop will still be there. Some German family bought it. Oh, this party is like something out of a mystery novel. So many different people, so many rumors. Did you hear that Vestergaard is supposedly supplying resistance groups? I'm not sure I believe it, but wouldn't that be something? Psst, Gerda! Hey, Tobin. I'm glad you're here. I need to talk to you about something. Leva sent me to retrieve documents for the resistance. Whoever our secret informant is must have dropped them off by now. Documents are supposed to be somewhere in this room. Ah, she's sober. Nice. In the library? Yes. But I can't exactly rummage through the books with those two here. Mid is one thing, but your dad ain't exactly a rebel. Can you get them out of here, please? I think that Reinhard bastard has been looking for you too. Best avoid him. Okay. She looks exasperated with my father. I wonder why. Sorry, Dita, but you and your party friends can't have your meetings at the bar. Your inn should be honored to host such patriots. What reason could you possibly have to deny a meeting of the local volunteer guard? The bar's too small for starters. Could you take this conversation elsewhere? Oh, Malshin, perhaps you could convince me to let my guard volunteers use her inn. Don't count on it, old-timer. I have to talk to her again. For the last time, the inn can't hold your meetings. I'll have to find something to draw attention from this room. Oh, really? There you are. Ugh, I didn't want to run into him. Listen here. Me and this fine Danish fellows are looking to have a chat. Only the room's a bit too crowded for comfort, if you catch my meaning. Get rid of those two down there. Then you can translate for me, huh? Maybe something in it for your husband. And by the way, I saw that Tobin dope wander into the library. Doesn't seem like the reading type. He must be up to something. Just don't let him gum up my business. Oh. Listen, buddy, all I'm asking is if you ever get, gifts, why would the people at the checkpoint give me gifts? They're feeling generous. Then maybe you're feeling generous. You see what I mean? Leave them alone. They're only bothering him, that guy. I don't think he's got any real power to help Andrews anyway. Gerda, it's so nice to be at an event with dignified people. Though it's a shame Stahl had to leave early. I do wish Mr. Vestergaard hadn't filled out the rest of the guest list with so much rabble. Have you seen that mid floating around drinking up all the booze? She's just having a good time. Too good if you ask me. It's no wonder she has to order down her own stock. Probably drinks half the product herself. That's enough chatter. I should see if I can clear people out of the room and reach Vestergaard now. Yeah, I filled up that gossip bar. The party has gotten bigger and bigger. We can't keep meeting at our homes. Well then, have your German friends find your place. Please tell me you have a new topic of conversation, Gerda. Not drunk. Hans, he'd never. He's one of the most honest men I know. Not according to my sources. A good man's reputation is being besmirched. Can't stand for this. Thank you for telling me, Martian. Might as well see how this plays out. Yeah, finally. Thanks, Gerda. Now I can search these bookshelves for the message. Just be sure no one pops in. Found it. Hurry up and read it. Alright, keep your scarf on. It's an inventory list for Vestergaard's factory. Only he's not just storing radio parts. So what's in the factory? My god, the Germans are keeping munitions there. Ammo, guns, explosive even. I never thought he'd go that far. The old man is in some dicey business, but this... Knowing Liver, she'll want to do something. And quick, the arms have been shipped south Tuesday evening. I better get this to the resistance as soon as possible. The explosive listed here are just what they've been looking for. I have a feeling there's going to be another factory job. Thanks, Gerda. Factory. I said factory. What's that? Christ, you guys need to learn some German. Let's meet tomorrow. The old man is storing German guns in his factory. I'll get them for you. Guns. German guns. Yeah. Ah. Sorry to startle you, ma'am. You're free to speak with Mr. Vestergaard, thou. Though I wouldn't hope for much. He's not in a very, very generous mood. Okay. Ah, Gerda. And in such a lovely dress. Did you sew it yourself? Yes, do you really like it? Of course, my dear. You always had a knack for making the most out of meagre supplies. Opportunities to sport her finer garments are few and far between these days. Though I must say, I think this banquet went quite well. Although I did find the pork to be a bit dry. I'll have to speak with Vera about that. Did you enjoy the meal? I had other things on my mind. A shame, but understandable. I do hope the evening provided you with at least some respite. I can't imagine these last few days have been easy. Maybe there's something I can do to help? Um, yes, please. Perhaps one of the maids could pack you some of the leftovers. Or would you prefer a bottle of wine? Oh, a bit of extra heating oil. I wanted to ask you about Anders. I see. Well then, I suppose there's no avoiding the topic. But if we speak frankly and privately, this office is not the place for it. As I'm sure you've noticed, the walls are quite thin. I fear we'll have to brave the elements to speak out on the balcony. But first, a bit of snaps to warm the bones? Sure. Cheers. Now then, let's get going. I want to make sure I keep up with him. Goodness. This wind cuts right to the bone. Gerda, I hope it's not too cold for you out here. I rather enjoy the crisp air. As I was staying inside, I'm sure you're aware that your husband's predicament is a sensitive subject. The man who arrested him just joined us for dinner. And let's not forget that it is my factory which was attacked. What is it you would have me do? Use your influence to help Anders? My influence? That's a thing cultivated over many years and in an exacting fashion. It is hardly all-encompassing. Dealing with the Germans requires a delicate touch. I cannot risk moving a finger unless I am presented with a good reason. They are a suspicious lot. They certainly are, and they're unto you. Even Wolfgang has begun digging into your business. Has he now? And here I was quite fond of the young man. Thank you for telling me, but I'm afraid this won't spur me into action. To jump now would only validate their concerns. My factory and my workers depend on a stable relationship with the occupation. Does that require shipping Nazi goods? Margaret and I found a German train manifest in your office. People might want to know about that. I wondered where that might have gone. But I'm afraid a shipping schedule is not the indictment you think it is. I supplied the Germans with radio parts, quite publicly in fact. It only makes sense that we would communicate about logistics. We don't ship readers to trade. But even if you stop this, endangering the workers by consequence of their tendencies, I have spare reviews. It will pass business not to rent them out if there is a willing customer. But I don't concern myself with what my clients keep there. Business requires trust. So you trust Torben then? Enough to have him ferry mail for you under the eyes of the censor? I'm sure Star would love to hear about that. Gerda, is that a threat? And what would you tell him? That Torben ferries the mail for me now and then? Who would that hurt more? And would it even help your husband? We must make the most of opportunities presented to us, which is why you've been buying land. All of those foreclosed farms north of town. What do you have in mind? Oh, nothing in particular, but land is sound investment. It was the bank that foreclosed the land. I'm just keeping it in Danish hands. If you're looking for intrigue, Gerda, I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place. My business may always be popular, but I don't make a habit of putting myself at risk. Is that why you won't help? It is one reason. The other is that he attacked my factory, allegedly. But my dear Gerda, this conversation has taken an adversarial tone. How long have you been friends with my daughter, with my family? Since Margaret and I were children. Exactly. You know I am not a cruel man. Certainly, business requires a bit of iron and a firm stomach, but I have not lost my humanity. Which is why you help the resistance, even if they attack you. Now there is a rumor that could cause trouble. When this war is over, I expect much of what I've done will come to light, but a premature reveal would only hinder me, and then I'd be no help to anyone, including Anders. I suspect you came here hoping to get help for your husband, but I'm afraid I must decline. Then you won't help. I'm not a magician. I can't just make the cell bars disappear. My power does not come from open opposition, dear child. It is carefully constructed, diligently reinforced by mutual obligations. You must get others to rely on you in order for them to do your bidding. But just the same, you have brought many things to my attention, Gerda, and I must say I admire your tenacity. You deserve something for your effort. I'm afraid I don't make a habit of filling my pockets with valuables, but here, these cigars might grease a few palms. Thank you. You know, I'm actually glad to be rid of them. I can't stand this stuff. But a businessman without a cigar is like a peacock without feathers, and we all have to make sacrifices to get what we want. Perhaps in time you will bend the situation to your advantage. I'm sorry, Gerda, but this is something you'll have to manage on your own. I have my own sets of problems to deal with. I even made a mistake of letting my daughter get involved with a German officer. Each of us must put our own house in order first. Goodbye. So that's it. Perhaps it was foolish to expect anything of him, but I can't just let them take Anders away. I can hear laughter coming from inside. I've got no choice. If I want to save him, I'll have to break him out myself. Oh, Gerda, listen to yourself. Break him out? What are you thinking? There's another burst of laughter coming from inside the banquet hall. You're not capable of something like that. But I have to try. I broke into the clinic to get the penicillin, and look how that went. It'll be different this time. It seems there are munitions at Vestergaard's factory. I know the Resistance is interested in getting their hands on it. They might even use some to break out Anders if I can help with their mission. And if they won't help, Reinhardt has similar plans. Oh, Gerda, they're made from different stuff than you. Sterner, harder. Why don't you just give up? You've done more than enough. Isn't that what Anders would have said? I can never do enough. Not for him, not for this town. Oh, my hands are going numb. I should go home, but there's nothing for me here now.
How strange it was to see such opulence after so many years of scarcity. Vestergaard had gone to great lengths to display his power and furnish the banquet with as much food and drink as the black market would allow. But his wealth fueled his power. He wasn't willing to do anything which would put that wealth at risk. I would have to save Anders on my own.
I had hoped guilt. Yeah, that one.
I had hoped guilt would drive him to do the right thing. But it seemed his conscience was not as troubled as mine.
Compassion. I was trying to get another insight again. You know what? This is where we're going to wrap things up. So if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Feel free to leave a comment, as I do read each and every single one. I hope you're having a wonderful time zone wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!